Hello and welcome. I'm Fumi Suleiman and this is my channel. I'm here to talk about my faith and my journey as an entrepreneur. I recently became a full-time entrepreneur and I'm a multifaceted one at that, and I have loads of experiences to share. So if you're interested in learning and growing with me, go ahead and subscribe and like. Thank you. God bless you. I bid you welcome once more. My name is Fumi Suleiman and this is the official launch of my YouTube channel, as well as the much awaited backstory to myself and my friends on a video that happened sometime 3 years ago. And this, I'd like to say that this is a channel where I'll share about my life's journey, faith, as well as my entrepreneurship journey. So please join me at least every week. I promise every week to drop new content. So subscribe and like if you, and of course share with your friends and family. Without further ado, we're going to go straight into the backstory, but I would like to tell you that all my friends are here. We're across 3 continents at the moment. There's one of us in the UK, one of us in the US, and the rest of us here in Lagos, Nigeria. If you can, could you please type in where you're viewing from so we can have an idea of how far we reached, how far this video traveled, and how far it's still trending. Because even in the last couple of weeks we started to broadcast this, we had a number of people say it's their first time that they had just come in contact with the video. And of course, other people said, oh, every time I hear it or every time I see it, it still gets to me. My friends and I have commented on how many times people have asked them to tell them what the story behind this is. Some people seem to think it was actually staged and planned, but you get to hear everyone's backstory. I'd like to appreciate some people, first of all, before I go ahead and share my backstory. Speaking of Canada Consulting, they are a one-stop shop for all your human resources solutions. They're into personal resource outsourcing, functional outsourcing, learning and development, recruitment and executive search, HR consulting, organizational restructuring, performance and talent management, competency framework, and total rewards management. Thank you, Canada Consulting, for making this dream come true. So, once again, it's Fumi Suleiman, and here goes my backstory. Now, my backstory started as far back as in 2016, when I had just gotten the leading to step out of paid employment. Now, for someone who assumed that she was going to work all her life until she retired, it was a bit of a struggle when you get the call from the Lord to say He has different plans for you. But this is me saying, okay, Lord, let's do this. So come first day of January, I'm officially off the books of my cushy job and stepping out into the unknown, unplanned, just coming out of uncharted waters. Now, let me say that before now, I had been doing business here and there, but not full time. So I still had my main 9 to 5 as my source of income, which I assumed I was going to do until I was old and gray. And so I stepped out and I realized that all I had for my my business was just my passion and my desire, and maybe 1 or 2 shadowing of some other entrepreneurs. Now, what do I do for a living? I have a fashion retail store, and I also co-own hair and body care products with one of my closest friends. And at the time I stepped out into full-time employment, I only had one business in mind, which was the fashion retail. So what I did was go back and do some courses and to see how I could get better in this business, which was my plan B, that had now suddenly become my plan A. So as early as February, I was already in class. I first of all went to Chartered Institute of Personnel Managers, CIPM. And as early as February, I was already in class. And this was even on my birthday. I was having calls from my friends, and I couldn't pick up the call because I was in class. And so sometime in March, April, I came across a flyer talking about the Emerging Entrepreneurs Program from the Faith Foundation. And it caught my interest. I went to the website. I saw a number of things that really interested me. And I saw someone who I knew. And she happened to be my Tony Bakari, actually. I need to mention her, and I appreciate her for her part in this journey. And she encouraged me, because I called up to say, I see your picture on Faith Foundation's website, what's going on? And she gave me a detailed information. She told me that was the best financial commitment I was going to make as a businesswoman. And without further ado, I went for this 3 months course. Now, in this course, I got to meet so many captains of industries, people that on a good day, you would see them on telly and say, oh, I know this person, I know that person. And they were our lecturers, our mentors, and they gave us true to life information on their journey. And I remember in one of the classes, one of the lecturers said to us that for those of us whose businesses were dollar dependent, we were not going to see the dollar come down anytime soon. We needed to make alternative plans towards buying our purchases. And they gave us a number of ideas. And one of the ideas that was given that really, resonated with me was we had to begin to look inwards and begin to look for local distributors and vendors. And right away, I began to put down some names of personal friends and business acquaintances that I knew that I felt I could approach. And I'd like to really appreciate them too, because they're also part of my journey. I speak about Atajere, Wumi Marshall, Bosch Designs, Root Fashions, and SJP. And I finished the course, and I decided to strategize. Of course, at the time, we had to also have to have a 5-year plan. And while we were in the course, my sister, who stays in the UK, sent me a flyer. She had this information. This was the following year from Kiskirin Events. There was going to be an African culture fair going on in Barking Town Center. And it was inviting all African wares or vendors of African wares to come together and come and showcase their wares and their culture. And I remembered one of the things we were asked to bring was our flags of our country, which I very proudly put on my table. So if you go back to the video, you will see the Nigerian flag very much in front of my table, which is contradictory to what I was saying in the video. So we had, I spoke to my business partner, Tokunbo. I said to her, this is the plan. Now at that time, it was looking like a reality to me because I had quite a number of things I needed to do in the UK. My brother was getting married in September. I had a She Trades Fair to attend in Liverpool. And then I had this event in August. So that was, I mean, if you hear the months, you could see that they are very far away. But what I decided was, rather than, waste money going and coming, money I didn't have, remember that the dollar has started climbing up, was I was going to spend time with my family. I hadn't been to the UK for, I think, a period of 2 years. So I decided to make a family event out of it, do your business, but also take time to rest. So on the 1st of August 2018, we all packed up, my sister, my nephews, everyone, we packed all our wares, and we went for this fair. Now, while at the fair, at some point in time, my phone batteries died. So I couldn't make or receive any calls. So I put them in my phones. I didn't want to have any accidents. I'm sure we all understand what I'm talking about. So I put it in my bag, and there was it. So of course, any calls that was coming in on that time or on that day wasn't getting to me because I was focused on my business. And so I would take my eyes away from my stuff and I look around and you see what other people are doing and see who's around, who's coming, and any familiar faces, which of course I wasn't expecting anybody because of course, like I said, it was far away in London. And I noticed that someone was walking towards me. And it was in a very funny way she was walking towards me. She was really looking, she had her whole body, she was, I don't know how to describe it now without going physical, but she would put her whole self into the different stalls. Obviously, she was looking for someone. So she was a few meters apart. So I took, I looked at her. She was coming from my left. And I said to myself, this lady looks so much like somebody that I know. But of course, it can't be her now. This woman is in Nigeria. But I'll tell her when I get back to Nigeria that, there's someone that looks so much like her. Or maybe even when this lady even comes in, I probably will stop over and say, hello, you look so much like somebody I know. So I waited for her until she got so close. And I realized that, no, this is not a stranger. This is Sisimi. So I went and started Sisimi. And when she turned to me, she just grabbed me. I've been looking all over for you. I've been looking all over for you. And I think I'm going to stop here so that she has the opportunity to tell you of her backstory. So I would love to welcome a mentor to many of us, and my humble self included. I'd love to welcome Sisimi Shewemimo to this call. But just before that, please, I would also like to, first of all, welcome my business partner and dear friend, Tokunbo. Tokunbo, please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and your backstory.
Hello everyone, my name is Tokunbo, and I've known Fumi for about 2 decades now. I met her selling something to her, actually, while she was still in her 9 to 5. And because I'm a very lovable person, she naturally fell in love with me, and actually started helping me market my stuff. Because that's what she does. I mean, she helps everybody. So she started marketing my stuff, and we then grew into liking quite a lot of things like soaps, creams, and stuff like that. And which eventually morphed into us starting a body care company together. And it's been a wonderful journey of fights, cries, I'm done,
victories,
I'm not done, victories, and many more. But all in all, a very inspiring journey in growth. That's the only thing, and sustainable growth, really. And to her famous video, it's I was in my house, jejely, like we would say, minding my business. And I wake up in the morning and I have literally dozens of messages. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And I naturally don't go to my phone when I wake up in the morning. So this was well into the morning before I got to it. And there was Fumi gyrating on the streets of London. That's, I broke into Yoruba Egbami. This is the person we sent to go and sell soap. What is going on? And then I started trying to call her that, what's happening, and all that. But it was really, really amazing. Up to my sister that lives in the US sent me the video. That's, isn't this Patricia? Because for whatever reason, my sister renamed her Patricia. That isn't this part, So it was quite amusing. Everybody that we knew had sent me the video, and I had to call her that, you didn't tell me that we were doing any marketing stunts or anything. Like, she said no, that she didn't, and so then the backstory that everybody will tell, I was an innocent bystander back home in Lagos that knew nothing about what was happening, and I was just thrust into the mayhem of calls and wow, Fumi this, Fumi that, But it's been an interesting journey, a video that seems never to go away. It keeps popping up, and it was just amazing that Sisimi was there, and she's been at this much longer than us, so she knows, she just captured the moment in its entirety. It was really, really amazing, it was really amazing. And subsequently from that video, we have had quite a lot of progress for the company from that and all that. And I'm just grateful that, because I was back home counting the naira while she was,
hard at work
and all that. So, I'm very grateful. And initially I thought, maybe it was the guy, because Fumi is really beautiful, that is that your toaster or something? She was like, no.
I forgot that part. Everybody was asking,
oh, is that
him? Is that him?
The UK? Is that why she's not here? Is that him? Is that him? That we don't know him before, you know. So it was really interesting, and I think it was also God ordained. Really.
Of course.
And there was an intent, you know. And I feel when you're doing your business the way you should, things will begin to happen that even you cannot explain. And this definitely was one of those things.
I just realized
that's my backstory.
We haven't mentioned the name of this our company. This is our famous company.
This is our famous company.
So we co-own ZA12 Nigeria Limited. We have a website, so please go ahead and Google us, and you see our website. We're on all the social media platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. For those of us that are able to access Twitter, just feel free to check on us. We handle those directly. So any questions you're asking, any inquiries you may have, you would definitely get them directly, and we'll respond to you promptly.